on, girl, let's scream.
I am a god.
No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel. This is the part where you run.
Come on, scream.
Hello and welcome to Let's Scream, a podcast where we dive into our favorite horror movies. But it's no Scream November. I'm Parker.
And I'm Keaton.
Oh, that's different.
Who's that? Oh my god,
Who's that?
Who's that chick?
Who's that chick? Today we are looking at 2025's Wicked for Good.
For Good.
Directed by John M. Chu. Join us as we journey to Oz and learn all about waiting a clock tick on
Yeah,
time.
you just wait a clock tick.
A clock tick.
You wait a clock tick.
Girl, if you took a shot every time they said clock
You'd
tick,
be blackout.
dead.
They have to take you out on a stretcher, girl.
Yes. Girl, are you ready to scream? Or not scream?
Oh, I'm ready to sing.
Sing. Let's sing.
Let's sing.
Oh, for good. Good news. Okay, so this is just going to be a bonus little episode because Keaton and I went and saw Wicked 2.
For good.
For good. And Stevie doesn't really care about Wicked. And
Our musicals.
didn't go see this movie
or
with
fun
us.
or whimsy.
Or just having fun. No one wants to have fun anymore. We just got out of the theater. I didn't make like an outline. We're not going to really be going plot by plot like how we normally are. But I just really wanted to talk about Wicked. Come on,
Get my
now.
thoughts out.
And Keaton's my Wicked friend.
Right.
We'll
We
discuss
Parker and I
theater.
are the musical theater girls.
We are the musical theater girlies. We are the musical
The
queens. So, yeah, Wicked for Good. Well, first of all, I just want to talk about Wicked 1 really quick and just kind of
Right.
general thoughts. I was really, really hesitant going into Wicked 1 because I loved the stage show when I was in like 6th grade.
Right. It was pivotal for gay people.
It really is. It was gay culture. It was like Stonewall. Like, people died.
People died.
Fighting for gay
No,
rights.
every gay person I knew went through.
Idina Menzel is the most famous woman in the world to me.
To me, like, this is morbid, but I had a classmate in 6th grade who got a Make-A-Wish happen, and I always thought that if I ever
Got to make a wish.
This is so had a terminal illness.
Right?
I was told I wanted to meet Idina Menzel. That would be my Make-A-Wish.
That is so funny.
I literally
but
had
real.
that, and I thought about that yesterday. And I was like, that's so messed up that I was like. He has cancer and he's getting a Make-A-Wish, but what would mine be? Like, that's messed up. But
Girl,
it was,
that's real.
But it was to meet Idina Menzel.
You're a real fucking person. Whatever. Oh my god, yeah. Idina Menzel, amazing. Okay, so when they announced Wicked 1, first thing they did was they announced the cast, the leads.
Right.
Cynthia Erivo, who I'd never heard of.
Who I love.
I know you really knew her. You were familiar with her because I'd never seen The Color Purple. I'd never really
She
seen
did
any
Sister Act on the West End. I love her.
Right. So she had like an established like Broadway and like stage career. And then they announced Ariana Grande. Miss Ponytail. And
that made me nervous.
I have complicated feelings about Ariana Grande.
Oh, I flip-flop. I'm wearing flip-flops because I flip-flop on Ariana Grande.
Right. I think as such a Mariah fan, you know me, number one lamb.
Number one. Well, number two.
To Stevie, right.
Stevie.
I know, right? But as such a big Mariah fan, for a long time, Ariana, to me, was just kind of like, oh, she's copying Mariah. Mm-hmm. She's got a good voice, but like, her personality's kind of annoying. She's got a black accent. Like, what's going on?
Kiyomi, get your ass in here.
She says, Kiyomi, get your ass in here. And I mean, don't crucify me, gay people, because I know all the gay people.
I know the gay people are going to come for us.
All of the Arianators, right? But I just was very hesitant. And then what made me even more hesitant was when they announced very shortly after they were going to be splitting this shit up into 2 parts.
And it was bad. That was always a bad choice. Even before we saw Wicked 1, even before we saw Wicked 2, it was never going to be good. I was never going to be a good idea.
Well, because you're automatically handicapping part 2. Because it doesn't stand very well on its own. Who ever talks about Wicked and says, "Oh, my favorite part is in Act 2." You know what I mean?
I get that the fight in Munchkinland is an iconic scene of Wicked.
Yeah.
But that's about it. Like,
right. It's really more just Act 2 is like the vehicle for like the story to get to the end and wrap up everything.
And show the Wizard of Oz. And now we're here.
Exactly.
Like,
and it's all these references of the original story of like, oh, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Look, that's the Tin Men now. Look, that's the Scarecrow.
And the first act has always been fun and whimsical and bright and beautiful. When you think of Wicked, you think of mostly songs in the first
popular,
act. Mostly scenes in the first act.
And then Act 2, it's kind of like an Into the Woods Sondheim thing where everything becomes like a dark political drama.
Right.
And there's characters that die and there's just like heavy themes but it works all together. You watch Wicked in one sitting and you leave feeling very satisfied.
In 2 hours.
In 2 hours. And that's the
length
of
the whole thing.
Hey, right. It's the length of a feature film. Why the fuck would you want to draw it out?
Yeah.
But they did. They committed to it. I ultimately have decided that I think that was a really bad idea, and we'll talk about that. Because this is still like spoiler-free territory. We'll get into spoilers here in a minute.
Yeah.
But, so I was really nervous about Wicked 1. But then, Wicked 1 really impressed me.
I loved it.
I loved it too.
I've seen it like 10 times.
I saw it a couple times, yeah. I thought that, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo.
The chemistry is just
perfect in these roles.
Beautiful.
They are so fucking good as these characters.
Jonathan Bailey's a good Fiyero.
And I like him. Yeah, he's gorgeous. His the fact of him being British kind of took me out of it. I don't know why.
Why is everyone else speaking normal? Because not Bowen Yang, but the girl, that Sheshin or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
She's like British or Irish in real life. So why did she have to have an American accent? But Jonathan Bailey could be all British.
That was taking me out of it in Wicked 1.
Because to me, Oz is in America. I'm a purist.
Me too. It's an American story, right?
I'm proud to be an American.
Somebody's gotta wear pretty skirt.
Right.
Somebody's
and Oz is in a weird state. And, it's kind of like our District 13.
Right. Stay tuned for Mockingjay March, which we haven't announced yet. But
I'll be there.
Yeah. Okay. So, anywho, really liked Wicked 1, and you know what really impressed me about Wicked 1 was
not the lighting.
No, I know the colors and the lighting. You know what? That doesn't bother me as much. I know a lot of people have a lot to say about that. I don't think it's great, but it doesn't stop me from enjoying the first movie. But what I really liked about it was the staging of the musical numbers.
Yeah.
They were so creative. They worked so well. I think he had a great idea. When I'm talking about the director, John M. Chu, he had such a great idea and a great vision for the musical numbers in Wicked 1.
Yeah.
And they all were really fun and they moved really well and beautifully and he had fun things happening. Everything was always visually very stimulating. And there was no instances of sing walking, which I think is cardinal sin number one when you make a movie musical.
Yeah, I don't want to see someone prancing about. Give me some choreo, give me some wide shots, some narrow shots. Give me a little bit of... If I'm following you around a room, a courtyard... Oh my God. Yeah. Outdoor musical theater numbers and movie musicals where there's just someone walking around in a green space.
Cut it.
Cut. Chop. Chop. And I agree that I felt it was as magical and whimsical as when I've seen it on stage.
Yes.
And I had so much fun watching the first one's musical number specifically. Even the ballad ones. And we're going to get into that in For Good. That we have seen an example of decently staged ballads that are a lot of walking, but more methodical in their action.
Sure. Yes, absolutely.
And in part two, I felt like we were not as guided. It was more... Do it feels natural.
Yeah. So that's walking away from part one, I was really excited for part two. And I was like, well, maybe they'll change stuff. Because I know that I was disappointed by the fact that they're splitting it in half. But maybe they can add to the story more. Make part two not feel so rushed.
Right.
And
they did some that I did think was effective, but not enough.
Let's now finally get into how we feel about part two. Overall thoughts.
What
are your overall thoughts?
I had fun. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it. Like I just said, there was some expansion. There were some scenes added that explained some dynamics a little bit deeper. But there was a lot of walking around. There was a lot of weird camera shots that were cool for a minute, and then I was very sick. I was very nauseous.
Why were you sweeping the camera around so often?
Much. I think they tried too hard to do the well, it's not Dorothy's story. Like, they tried too hard to make her not part of the story that she was almost not at all part of it.
Which kind of made the story confusing.
Right.
Yeah. It didn't fill in as many holes as I would have liked to have filled in from the stage show.
Right.
Yeah.
But overall, I had a lot of fun.
Enjoyed it.
Even vocals, well, some people's vocals, outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Scenes are still beautiful. The world is still so beautiful.
Yes.
That they show us, and I had fun, and the things I was looking forward to, I were fine. We're good.
Fine.
They didn't necessarily ruin something that I was like, well, no, that's not true. Never mind, they did ruin one thing.
They ruined one thing.
I was looking forward to a lot. So, but I liked it. Overall positive, but like you said, it was always going to be a chop compared to the first one.
Right.
It was always going to be a chop.
Which is so sad. I still don't understand why they did that. So yeah, I think overall, Wicked 2 is a mixed bag. I have some good thoughts about it, things that I like that they did. I have some disappointing thoughts about what they did. I had some things that... The biggest thing is that a lot of the serious moments and the dramatic moments and the gags and the reveals that they really wanted to be like so serious came across as really hokey.
Yeah.
And it took me out of it a lot.
Yeah.
And we'll start, I think that's pretty much like what I mainly want to say about Wicked 2. I found it to be kind of a mixed bag. I was a little disappointed by a lot of the stuff. Overall, I think the performances were fantastic. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are
just out of the park.
Absolutely amazing. And here's the thing. I think that if you're a fan of Wicked the Musical on Broadway, I think you will walk away from it feeling overall pretty satisfied.
Right. I agree.
There's going to be some things that maybe disappoint you or you feel like didn't quite stick the landing. However, I think that if you're not a fan of musicals or Wicked, I think that this movie is going to confuse you, and it just is not going to be able to stand on its own as its standalone movie, which is disappointing because I wanted this movie to, be as successful as the first one and reach an even wider audience.
Inspire, this love.
Yeah, and Wicked is such a great story about like feminism and fascism and friendship, the three F's.
The three F's.
Three F's. And it has such a great moral to it that I think more people need to hear now, but I don't know if they conveyed it as well. We'll get into it. So that's going to be like my initial thoughts. Yeah. I think from this point forward,
spoiler territory.
We will get into spoilers. We're not going to do a plot breakdown like we normally do, but we'll get into the specifics of why I really think some things work. My rose thorns
and my buds.
Rose thorns and buds.
That's how I'm doing mine.
Okay, I like it. Okay, so are you ready to sing, girl?
Oh, girl, let's sing.
Let's go into singing territory. So spoilers. Okay.
Spoilers.
Let me pull up my notes because I had thoughts. Okay. So I would like to organize my review of this film into what I call a compliment sandwich. We're doing a Wicked 2 compliment sandwich. Gee, that's what I titled it.
Wicked 2 I'm gonna do my rose, my thorns, and my bud.
I love it. Okay, love it. Okay,
because I'm an icebreaker girl. For the pod fans who don't know, I'm an icebreaker girl. I feel a moment of silence with a stupid question. So,
and I am a fat girl, fast food girl, sandwich girl. Okay, so the good. We'll start with some like good things that kind of like
my rose.
Okay, my bun on my sandwich, my bread is Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. Cynthiana were so amazing.
Their talent is just
mind blowing.
Like
all of Cynthia's vocals, every choice that she made, every option up she did. I just wanted to... I squirted during her vocals during No Good Deed. Squirted.
Yeah.
She did the Fiero. She did like the...
Option up.
Yeah, she optioned up.
Arianka optioned up, and thank goodness.
Yes, Arianka. Amazing. Her, her musical theater style singing really impresses me. And I think it sounds so much
Well, that's where she started.
Natural. See, okay. I feel like... Don't crucify me, gay people. But going back to the Mariah Carey thing, I do feel like a lot of her career, she has sounded like she's doing like a Mariah impersonation, right? And it doesn't sound as natural to me as how this to me is how she should sing.
Yeah.
These more classical, theatery kind of like vocals where she's enunciating more and
Diction.
She has diction and she has really supported belts.
Yeah.
Her head voice, her soprano is so fucking perfect. Oh my God.
It's
moving. And I think they both acted the fuck out of those characters. And I can't imagine really at this point anybody else playing those characters.
Nope.
Knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is a huge plus for me.
Yeah.
The costumes and the set design were top notch.
I mean, except there was that one that they promoted Arianka in like a green
That like
and
she
pink.
looked like a wedding cake. Yeah.
Yeah, and we never saw it.
I wonder if that got deleted.
I was like watching for it because I thought it was going to be her thank goodness dress. Because usually
they cut out some stuff from Thanksgiving. When you were first summoned to an audience with Oz, that all got cut out. Which thank God, because that was Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, thank God.
Well, that's in the middle of the compliment sandwich.
But usually she's in more of like a business casual like kind of suit during thank goodness. So I thought, okay, that's kind of in that ballpark. No, we got a full gown.
No, she's in like the kind of the main Glinda from the stage show dress, the blue one. Do you like those shoulders?
No.
Me neither. When she took the shoulders off, I loved that gown.
I loved when she did the little shoulder gyms. There's a few times where her shoulders were exposed, so she did a little shoulder
on her
gym.
clavicle.
And I thought that was so cute.
I said, okay, why not? Let's put rhinestones put it on your pussy while you're at it.
It's kind of like in the Hunger Games, the Capitol. It's like whatever they want to do it.
They were fuck ass.
That's how I feel about
right.
That's how I feel about the Emerald City. They're just gonna do shit.
They're just gonna put a fuck ass wig on, a fuck ass shoulders.
Because why not?
Just to be fuck ass, right? So yeah, but the costume and set designs, I mean, like, I could see theme parks being made of the Wicked
Oh
world.
my God, yeah.
All the gowns.
Animatronics, like...
Oh my God, yeah.
Imagine at Universal, like, that wizard mask that's talking to, like...
I'm squirting thinking about it.
Like, that would be insane.
Squirting. Okay, let's get into... So that was my bread.
Wait, should I do my rose?
Did you do your rose? Sorry, yes.
I kind of have a twofold one too on this. The inner layer, outer layer. My outer layer is I am going to address that they did add some story to help you kind of understand things, and when they did it, it was so effective.
I totally agree.
So at one point, Nessa's become the governor because her dad died in shame, whatever. Yeah. And in the stage show, you kind of just see her being nasty to Bach. But that's kind of the extent of it. It's just she's this nasty, and he kind of says, oh, she's, whatever. But we got a whole scene about how Bach is coming in, like, all the other governors want you to sign this animals are prohibited from traveling thing, and you shouldn't do it. If you do it, you're a bad person. And Nessa's like, I don't want to be viewed like my sister, and Bach's like, I have to leave. I have to go. I have to escape. Yeah. So he, seemingly 20 minutes later, he's packed a bag.
Same day.
He's like, he's thrown stuff into a bag. He goes to the train station. He go to the Emerald City because he saw that Glinda's getting married. Right. So he's trying to stop it. Right. And he gets denied a ticket, and some people say Munchkin. Pretty, that was a hard as close to a slur as they could. Right. And he's like, why can't I travel? And he's like, well, because the governor signed a decree saying that animals and Munchkins can't travel without her permission. And you pans over, and you see a sign that seemingly was pre-printed that says animals cannot travel, and they slapped over the top and Munchkins too. And Munchkins too. And they're throwing people off the train. There's a whole line of Munchkins that they're screaming at.
Which, effective. It kind of reminded me of movies that you can watch about, like, World War II.
Right.
This sort of, like, Reichstag taking over.
And that's the thing is, we as musical stage fans have always known that, like, she's just awful. And I'm a book person. I read the book, and she's awful in that. So I really like that they showed that perspective of, now when we're getting into Wicked Witch of the East, which will be in the Thorin category, you understand why Bach hates her so much.
Yeah, they really did do a good job. I will agree. That is definitely another piece of bread on my compliment sandwich, is that the Nessa Rose character development was well
They should have done that to other people. Like, other people should have gotten...
Like, Fiyero is the captain of the guard.
When the
fuck did that happen? Why did that happen? He was always, like, a slack off, right? And, like, I guess maybe, so he could, like, protect Elphaba, find Elphaba, but we never really get that. You have to really, like, read into it. Yeah. And I would have liked to have seen him make that decision. Right. And where it led to, or just have more Fiyero anyway. But yeah, I agree with you. That was good. I wish they had applied that to other characters.
Yeah. The only other part about that is I did enjoy the wedding scene where Elphaba sees the cages of animals and they go through the wedding. I thought that was a nice mini expansion on that story.
That was so good.
I thought that was very effective.
Yes, when she goes, and I will fight you till the day I die. And then she goes, run.
And then they go through. I like that.
That was effective. Yeah.
I thought, this is my other part, my inner layer to my rose. I thought Arianka kept up the comedy from the first movie. Like, in the first movie, we saw her funny and like, stupid. And I thought she did that nicely into the second movie.
She did. Yeah.
And I just, thank God we're back to this Ariana.
But she's great. She's so good in this role.
Let's keep this Arianka up.
She's a great actress. And I think
I was there for Victorious. You don't have to tell me she was a great actress.
So
I was there.
I was a little too, because I'm a little bit older than you.
Yeah.
And I also stopped watching kids shows when I was like a little, almost not too young, but I was ready to move on from like watching Nickelodeon. Yeah. I wanted to watch more mature shit. So I actually never really watched Victorious. It was a little past my time.
Number one stan over here.
And you loved Victorious.
Loved Victorious.
So I just, Ponytail and I just never really had that much of a connection with her. But after seeing her in Wicked, I am a huge fan now.
Yeah.
I really admire her. And I think that she needs to continue to do acting and musical theater specifically. And I get it now. Like, I'm on the Ariana train as far as like her talent goes. And I understand the hype.
That's my rose.
All right. Let's get into the meat of my compliment sandwich.
The fill-ins.
Yeah, the fill-ins here. Okay. The new things that they added. Terrible. The new songs. Chop. Such a chop. Where were the melodies? Where was the catchy tunes that were
There wasn't. They were just singing whatever came to the top of their
heads. The first one is Elphaba, and it's called No Place Like Home.
And it sounds like when I'm singing, I do this thing in my library where when the kids aren't listening, I'll sing the directions because then they'll at least perk up. And that's kind of how it felt. Like, I have no melody. I'm just kind of winging it.
Sure.
That's how this felt. Like, she's like, dang, I tried to rally them talking. How else could I rally these animals? I'll sing to them.
And that could be forgiven if she had good direction, but she didn't. This was a walk singing song.
And looked at all the animals. She's pointing to animals. Right. Girl, get in the hole. Get in the hole that they made.
Why are we having Elphaba like just wandering around singing a song?
Right.
Give her something to do during her song. That pissed me off. Okay. And then Glinda's song was called The Girl in the Bubble.
The Girl in the Bubble.
Again, not catchy, not memorable.
I thought it was better than No Place Like Home.
Me too.
But
I didn't like where it was placed in the story. I felt it slowed things down.
There was a few times where I was like, oh, this would be a good place for that new song.
Yeah.
Oh, this would be a good place for
but not where they put it.
And then they put it and I was like...
They put it after March of the Witch Hunters, which is such a build-up to, the finale.
Yeah.
And then we got Girl in the Bubble, which just...
on the down.
Yeah, stalled it. Cool visual elements, though. Compliment sandwich. Hey, I will say compliment
going into the mirror, but then you're walking out the other side, and when you
playing with the reflection, and all of
the mirrors were circle because she's the girl in the bubble. And I thought the storytelling camera work
was good in this.
Was more effective than the actual song.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So compliment sandwich there. Okay. Just kind of going into more details about what I said in the intro. The dramatic moments and the reveals and the gags were played very seriously, but were so hokey. It's like the Scarecrow reveal and the Tin Man reveal. And it's like, I don't know if just because, mainly the Scarecrow reveal, because his design
was so bad.
Took me out of it. I started laughing. And that's supposed to be like oh my gosh.
Because I thought, I heard you also laugh at the Tin Man reveal. I liked the Tin Man. I liked the Tin Man.
I think it was like the reaction of him being like, what am I doing?
The acting was hokey pokey because it's supposed to be this really like, he's terrified. Who am I? Who am I looking at? But I thought the design of the Tin Man was
I liked
pretty
the design.
clever.
I wasn't laughing at the design.
I thought he looked clever. No, but he was hokey pokey of like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. So I'm going, oh my God.
I know. I thought that was kind of funny. So yeah, things like that. We talked about the Munchkin Land train scene, but I really liked the hokiness of them putting the Munchkin sticker over
and
it.
Munchkin.
And Nessa Rose.
No, it was a compliment. I loved that.
Right.
It was, because it seemingly... He left, and 30 minutes later, those posters.
She had a royal decree, right?
That's the funny thing is there was no sense of time for most of this movie.
And
this could have all been 1 week. This could have been.
It felt like a day. It literally felt like
could have been 3 years. No clue.
And Nessa Rose being so comically villainously evil.
Well, that's a compliment for me.
In the wanted poster, or not the wanted poster, but the flyer of her royal decree, she's looking all evil.
Kind of like Mr. Burns, twiddling her fingers.
Yes. Just hokey stuff. Yeah, I kind of liked it.
And I loved it.
Okay, I felt that for the most part, the musical numbers really lacked creativity and staging and direction.
They were giving recorded on my
camera
booth.
They set a tripod up and walked away.
Me and my cousins making music videos.
Playing on phone booth, right? Photo booth, right? No, I felt especially For Good was staged really, really boring. And they were just singing at each other.
See, I don't know because I was too engrossed with how beautiful they sounded.
They sounded great.
There was a part of me that couldn't care about what was happening because I was like,
that's totally fair.
Well, because Hannah and I were holding Hannah's my best friend, so we were and I sit next to Hannah in the conjoined seat over her spouse, and so we moved the armrest up. We were holding
lip syncing to each other.
Yeah. So it didn't matter.
So
didn't matter.
Well, to fill you in. On what was going on screen, right? Because you weren't watching. It was a lot of the camera was doing a 360 around their heads while they sang to each other, and I started to get nauseous. And in film school, they'll tell you do not do sweeping, circular, moving shots around a person that is standing still because it naturally just makes your audience feel really nauseous. And I understand him wanting to get both of their reactions because it's such an emotional scene, but I started to be
well, that's how I felt in Girl in the Bubble. They were beautiful shots.
Yeah, I was wanting to throw up, right?
But I felt sick.
I felt kind of seasick a little bit. But yeah, I just felt like we could have taken the opportunity in For Good to flash back to some of their great moments. Because, this is a film.
Right.
Show us what they're singing about.
Right.
Not just show them singing.
Show the dance at the Ozdas Ball. And,
that's what I wanted to see.
And show the tulip field. They were flashing it up all the other times.
We never saw the context of the tulip field scene.
That scene was just shot for the vibes of it.
I guess. I thought that was going to be a scene.
No, me too. I did too. But they just used it as a reference point a lot of times.
Well, and they keep referencing back to oh, that's what our friend group was like. No, it wasn't. We saw what your friend group was like. Y'all never went in the tulips.
Y'all were never kind to each other.
Fiora was never part of the friend group.
Fiora would never hang around Bach.
Nessa and Bach and Galinda were not friends.
No.
What the fuck? So that was kind of weird, right? Anyway, I thought maybe they would have shown that during
to show us the one good time they're friends. But no.
So that was weird. That was kind of boring. But moments like that, where there was a lot of walk singing.
Yeah. And there was a lot of it.
Okay, moving on. I felt Elphaba was quite sidelined in this movie. And I don't really like the focus on Glinda so much. I just wanted to see more Elphaba. I felt like a lot of the Elphaba moments were just really rushed. And to me...
Except No Place Like Home. That could have been... We
could have
picked up the pace on that one.
But I wanted to see... I thought it was weird when she was a superhero at the beginning of the movie.
Right.
That was so weird.
And I thought we were going to see more political terrorism.
Oh, I would have loved to have seen political terrorism.
That scene where she's freeing the cows or whatever, the bulls, I was like, are we getting political terrorism?
No, I want her to chop off Madame Morble's head. Stake it to her broom.
I want her to bomb Emerald City.
Bomb Emerald City.
Right?
See, that would have been more like the Wicked book.
It would have been much more like the Wicked book.
And the part
she has the kill count in the book, basically.
Right. Well, and that's the best part of the book because that's a stupid book. The book is terrible. It's awful. But the political terrorism parts, I love.
They make sense.
But I
wanted
more Elphaba.
I agree. I wish there would have been some more Elphaba with the political terrorism.
I felt that the opportunity that they had to flesh out a lot of the main story of Act 2, they didn't do a good job executing that. I felt like it was all kind of rushed. Like the parts that should have been fleshed out were not.
Right.
And then like they gave us a lot of filler and a lot of padding.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
I agree.
I don't know if I necessarily needed to see Glinda as a child.
No.
It's things like that.
Because I already understand from Act 1 that she grew up. Privileged. She wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't need an extra scene to show me.
I would have liked another childhood scene of Elphaba because this is Elphaba's story. This isn't Glinda's story. Glinda is the secondary character.
It's called Wicked, the story of the Wicked Witch of the West.
It's not called Glinda.
It's not called Glinda.
Glinda, right? Okay. This is the probably biggest sin in the movie for me.
Okay.
Is As Long As You're Mine. I thought As Long As You're Mine was fucking horrendous. Not the singing. The singing was amazing. Don't crucify me. They were incredible the way they sounded.
Yeah, the vocals.
Love the choices that they made. But the staging was so bad. First of all, she says, kiss me too fiercely, hold me too tight. They're on opposite sides of the room, not even looking at each other. What the fuck?
He's looking at her and she's looking out into the forest.
Mind you, in the stage show, they're making out. They're like on top of each other.
Right.
Like literally in the middle of like kind of having sex. And so it's supposed to be like the most passionate, horny, hot song ever.
Yeah, the only good part of As Long As You're Mine, besides, again, the vocals were, well, I mean, he was just so sexy. But
his chest.
I thought it was really cute when they were kissing and they started floating.
I like that too.
That was the only chemistry that they had the whole time.
They had no chemistry.
They had no chemistry. And that one part where they float and they do that like shy little like, oh, whoopsie. Like that was so cute. But the rest of it was just like.
They weren't even looking at each other.
These are two actors who are being paid to kiss.
Which I thought, a lesbian and a gay guy not having chemistry.
That's crazy.
I mean, but, you know, they could have proved me wrong. They did not. But why did she put on that cardigan?
It kind of looks like the blanket you're wearing.
I know. It looks like this blanket. This, like, crocheted, like, fucking duvet. Why
it was her sexy time. Because her lingerie was under it. Her slip.
Elphaba takes off her witch costume.
Gets into like a little slip, nightgown kind of thing.
And then puts on her librarian cardigan.
That's 50 years old. It's rattered, tattered.
Literally, it looks like Grisabella.
Right. She's about to sing Memory.
She's about to sing Memory. Look, I started dying, and then and you and Hannah were like really like into it and like locked in, and I could not make eye contact with you.
And Parker was trying to. I could hear Parker.
I was mouthing the words cardigan. I was going, her cardigan.
I could hear Parker, and I really just wanted to enjoy the moment. So I was purposely ignoring Parker, going, cardigan! The cardigan!
It just took me out. Y'all. This was such a chop. They had no chemistry. Because As Long As Your Mine's one of my favorite songs too. And I love how they're like making out. I love how passionate and hot and horny it is. And I wanted to see Shaft, to be honest. Like, I wanted this to get hot and horny.
I didn't.
Oh, yes, you did.
I didn't need to see that.
But you know what I mean? Like, not necessarily Shaft. I mean, that would have been a great plus. But I just wanted this to be hot and horny. And I just thought this was just left so much to be desired.
Yeah.
It was so disappointing. Another terrible, terrible chop was the Wicked Witch of the East.
Chop!
What the fuck was this?
Chop.
Why cast this girl? She can't sing.
If she can't belt.
She cannot. She can't even really carry a tune. Let's get real. Better
than Michelle.
Okay, well, that's my next is Michelle Yeoh. Terrible! Is it Yao or Yo? Michelle Yeoh? Yao?
You?
Michelle Yeoh? Is that her name?
I don't know.
We'll call her Michelle. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce her last name.
Well, I'm sure we can. We're just too stupid.
We're just dumb. But, oh my God, she was horribly miscast in this.
Right.
Why was she cast as Madame Morrible? That first time she started singing, and I looked at you with a big smile, like,
and I was
fucking kidding me? She literally is tone deaf. And I was expecting her to bring more to the role in her acting performance. She's a great actress.
And she was great in the first one.
Yeah.
She made great choices in the first one.
I liked her choices in the first one. Was she just out of her element here?
She was just one note.
I don't know what was going on.
It was a very generic villain, which I get Madame Morrible is a very generic villain.
Yeah, but she's camp.
But she's campy.
Yeah. And this was just so, like, held back.
Tone deaf.
Yeah.
Not tone deaf.
Well, she was.
It was so toned down.
Toned down, and yeah, she's trying to. I don't know, but it wasn't like nuanced. It was just flat.
Flat.
Oh, recast her. Why was she cast? I heard that they considered Cheryl Lee Ralph.
Oh my god, I would have loved Cheryl Lee Ralph.
She would have been perfect because that's camp. She can.
That's
do camp.
oh, that's camp.
She can provide the camp.
Barbara Howard, that's camp.
Miss Howard, Barbara, right? She would have been amazing. And I also thought last night I had the idea of Cher.
Yeah,
Cher would have been great. I mean, Cher can do anything, but can you imagine her being like, "You bitch, Elphaba, what
you
the
wicked witch,"
right? That would have been fucking funny.
So I agreed with all of those, but as the only stan of the song "Wonderful,"
right?
I thought the additions and Arianka being brought in, chop it. I
didn't understand that
because the whole point of "Wonderful" is he's trying to convince Elphaba that they're the same person. I floated down here. I was an outsider. And it's just all about perspective. If you can spin the story.
And
like,
spoiler alert, he's her dad.
Yeah. He's
so,
her dad.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're so alike, but you're looking at things the wrong way. Make this an opportunity for you. Be selfish. Right. But then with Ariana, it complicated that because he's still singing about that, but she's just trying to convince her friend to not be the villain of
right.
Emerald City. And it took a lot out for me.
Muddled like the message of that song.
And it was visually very stunning. It was a beautiful scene. It was probably the best. It was probably the best musical
sequence. Yeah.
But it just especially the whole intro where we learned about. It's the only time we learned
Jeff
about.
Goldblum was good.
He was fine. Wizard. He was fine.
I thought he was really funny.
He was funny. I didn't like his singing, but I don't. And I don't like his singing, but he made some very funny choices as the wizard.
When he says a joke where he's like, and I could speak till I'm. Forgive me for saying this. Blue in the face.
I laughed so hard at that.
That was so funny.
And I just the whole time I'm like, this can just be the original because we don't know that the wizard is from like Nebraska or wherever he's from until that song. But then they still kept mentioning, oh, he's whatever. We don't know that. They cut it out. They took it out. We don't know these things anymore.
They cut a lot of weird stuff. They cut out some of Thank Goodness.
Yeah.
And these are like story building lines.
Right.
Yeah, that was so weird. I agreed. Yeah, totally agree with you about that.
So
number.
that's my thorn.
For sure. I do want to talk about No Good Deed. I squirted during the vocals. But I thought the staging left a little bit to be desired.
Right, it was more walking around.
It was a little bit more walking around.
Her direction wasn't great either, because she wasn't that angry.
Well, there weren't really a lot of close-ups. There's a lot of her in the wide.
She wasn't angry enough for me.
They needed to zero in on her emotion, because I'm sure it was there. We just didn't really see it, because it was a lot of like...
Look how cool this castle is.
And there's way too many monkeys. And it was a little overstimulating.
And the castle's floating, and she's in this weird floating area of the castle where it's not... That didn't make sense either. Like, stunning visually, but I was also like, this doesn't look like a real build. Like,
yeah, it felt like Marvel.
Because then when she's in the castle later in the movie... It looks nothing like the floating part. Like,
right, I was like, where is this part of the castle?
Right, and I guess that makes sense because he's like, oh, you can go to this castle because it's like weird and there's tunnels and there's the... So I guess that makes sense that like... But
I don't know.
I thought
it left a little to be desired. Now, however, like I said at the beginning, her
vocals,
I squirted. Her
vocals were crazy.
Something that is not necessarily bad, but again, just kind of a hokey pokey thing that took me out of it was at the end when Glinda decides to make it part of her platform to free the animals.
Right.
All of a sudden, a bunch of animals just come out of nowhere.
Just there.
I just thought that was kind of funny.
They're just there.
That's not like the worst thing ever, but the fact that there was like a koala there, like
a messed up
came out from hiding behind someone's like skirt or something.
Yeah,
it was. But I did kind of like it because it was like Snow White, like, oh, come out wherever you are, and like the animals. Yeah, kind of liked that, but it just kind of made me laugh. Not necessarily like the worst thing ever, but just thought that was kind of stupid. But one last thing. That is kind of a chop, but also one of my favorite parts of the movie. So it's kind of like we're nearing the end of the fillings, and this is maybe like this is like a cheese bread.
It's the mayonnaise.
My sandwich.
It's the mayonnaise. It's the mustard.
It's the sauce on my sandwich.
It's connected to both parts. It's in both worlds.
So this was my favorite part of the film. the tornado comes and picks up Dorothy's house. And there is a moment where we see Nessa Rose. She's out in the middle of the storm.
Well, Bach, after he got turned into the Tin Man, like, fled.
Yeah, so she's like, Bach!
She's rolling around, Bach!
Rolling around. And I saw a tweet that was like, imagine your governor wheelchairing themselves out in the middle of a storm and yelling for, like...
one random guy.
Like, what would you think? So she's just kind of like, why is she out in the middle of the storm? Right. We don't know. Like,
and then she stops.
Take cover. Yeah.
Then she gets to, like, the middle of the town and just stops. And it's like,
Bach,
Bach, Bach. But now we're not moving.
No, right? And Dorothy's house is falling down. And for a split second there's a moment where I'm like, they could do something so unintentionally funny and show her getting hit by the house and the house crushing her. But they won't do that.
That's too stupid.
That's just stupid.
They did.
Y'all, they showed her getting hit by the house. She goes, ah! And then...
And they're like, and the camera is like basically attached to the foundation of the house.
Yeah,
POV, you're the house. You're the falling on Nessa.
And
Nessa you just see her looking up straight into the camera. Pupils right into the camera.
It was like Scary Movie. It was like something from the Scary Movie franchise.
Black. And then it goes to black.
Oh my god. And I just fucking busted out laughing. I was like, they did it. They really did
They're not cowards.
No. So I give props to John M. Chu.
Great scene.
Because I know that was supposed to be like this dramatic moment, but it made me laugh so fucking
hard.
much. So funny. Okay, so now we'll kind of end this out with some things that I liked, reasons why I thought this was fun, a little bit more. This is the end of my sandwich. That scene after For Good, when Glinda and Elphaba are on the either side of that closet door,
was just beautiful.
Beautiful.
It was powerful.
It was really powerful. I was like, I didn't know that was happening. No, it was just like there was no scoring happening. It was just like quiet, just sobbing and like acknowledging that this is the last time you're gonna be, you're gonna see your friend, and they're on the
only true friend you've ever had in this life.
It was that was way more touching than For Good for me, like the song For Good.
I think For Good leading into that moment.
Like, just was the icing on the cake. Sure, yeah.
Like, it was the cherry on top of that sundae that was For Good.
Because the only really scene that I cried in Wicked 1 was that scene at the Ozdust when they finally become friends and, Glinda, they're dancing, and that was really powerful. And
I didn't know it was happening.
And I didn't know it was happening. And this was the only moment in Wicked 2 that, like, really made me feel that emotion again.
Yeah.
Like, that. So I'm glad they included it. And apparently, what's funny, because I saw a tweet about this, that wasn't even John M. Chu's decision, which I think is the best part in the movie, and he didn't even make it up. Apparently, it was Cynthia and Ariana were just improvising that, and they came to him with that idea, and so he decided to include it.
I love women.
I know. Isn't that funny that, like, the best part of the movie, it's not even his idea, but, But yeah, I thought that was such a good scene. Very powerful. I thought the special effects in this movie, the CGI.
Yeah, was a lot better.
Mind-blowing. Oh my God. Because, like, nowadays, CGI sucks. It doesn't look great. I don't think they've ever been able to match Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Never!
That lion. But Wicked, the effects in this movie
were good.
I think were really well done. It looked like they...
Except for Fiyero. But...
Well, that was the makeup. I don't think that was any CGI.
You think that was applied directly to his face?
I think it was, and I think that's what makes it look kind of hokey. Yeah. He looked like Ryan Reynolds.
Why did he?
I thought, you look like Ryan Reynolds. Okay, yeah. So, special effects. And then I thought that the way that they ended... the whole story was very touching. I thought it was effective. I thought that they conveyed the friendship really well. And that's the heart of the story.
Like when she's leaving in the desert and the
the desert. Thank you for reminding me about the desert. What are they going to do? Are they going to die out in this desert together?
No.
They're going to have to eat each other? I was confused.
It's a nod to the book. In the book, they leave and they are trying to find what's beyond Oz, because no one knows what's beyond Oz. And so in theory, there are books after Wicked.
Okay.
Their Son of a Witch is next. Yeah.
Well, I saw that they're going to make a third one of these. They're thinking about it.
They're thinking about it because of Arianka opening when it opened for her.
The Grimmery,
they were like, well, let's carry on with this, which I don't know if I want. I don't want Wicked Part 3. Well, actually, I'm fine with a Wicked Part 3. I don't care. But if Elphaba's not gonna, if it's only Arianka, then I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to just see Glinda.
She has to do something so powerful that Elphaba's allowed to come back.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. I just don't think they
if
should
it's a
make
Glinda only movie, I don't want to do
Don't
it.
make a third
I won't go.
Don't
well,
do
actually,
it.
that's not true. I'm
You'll
an AMC A-lister. I'll be there.
You'll go. But yeah, I thought that they handled their friendship really well. I thought that the way that they told the story of their friendship, I liked the inclusion of like the Firo love story. A lot of people have been complaining about that. I think they handled it well in this.
Yeah, I don't think it was any more in your face than the stage show.
The stage show, yeah. I liked their fight, even though I thought I didn't like the kind of hokey pokey scoring that happened underneath the music, but whatever. That's just so nitpicky. And yeah, overall, I had fun.
I had so much fun.
I thought the vocals were amazing. And if you're a fan of the Wicked musical,
you'll love it.
I think you'll really like it. But I think that if you are more of a casual viewer, you're going to be like, confused. Oh, well, this was stupid.
Yeah.
And I think overall, yeah, it's a mixed bag, definitely. But it was a long time coming for a Wicked movie.
Right.
You know? And I appreciate that now more people are familiar with it. And it's not just like a nerdy musical theater kid thing. More people like Wicked, so that's always a plus.
Maybe you want to see it again.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know what, I like musicals, and I think that it's a dying art as far as like when it comes to film and movie musicals, just because there's been so many bad movie musicals,
so many,
and they just never really do well.
No.
And I think there's been this whole trend lately of disguising your movie musical in the marketing, and
in the preview it has no singing
at all.
Nothing.
I think that that's messed up, and they've been like kind of tricking people into going to see musicals. And I think with Wicked's success, we're going to just get more of a rise in popularity.
And people marketing musicals.
Yeah,
look,
exactly.
We're making a musical.
Yeah, so I think that's all good. As somebody who likes musical theater, I think that's great. But I just do want them to be more careful about how they adapt something from the stage to the screen. And I think we can definitely critique these things, because this movie wasn't perfect, and that first one was strong, and it could have really, you know.
And I don't need them to do exactly what they do on stage on a movie. I
That's
get
the whole
that
point.
you have so much more flexibility
Yeah.
on film where and with these sets that aren't static. And so I'm not saying that it had to be a shot for shot recreation.
Right.
But I think you have to be mindful, especially since this is a piece of media that's existed for 20 years. Yeah. You have to be mindful of what are the audiences always talking about and going back and saying this was the best part. It's hard when you don't have that much to work with.
Yeah, exactly. I would say if you don't need to split your movie up and drag it out.
If on stage
it
is not a 4-hour musical, then there's no point.
There's no reason. Absolutely no
Les
reason.
Mis was one whole movie, and that's a long stage show.
Yeah.
They could have done it with Wicked.
I think so too.
And I think we wouldn't have had much bad things to say about the second half.
I would like to see like a cut where a lot of the filler stuff in the Wicked movies is just taken out, and
I bet someone will make it.
And I would like to see that. So
I would watch it.
Send it to me if you have the link.
At Jesus_is_biscuit.
Right.
Send that to me.
Send it to me. I want to see that. I'm watching that.
I'm watching that.
All right. Well, this was really fun. Thank you for agreeing to do a Wicked pod with me. Yeah, I just really wanted to talk about it. I had a lot of feelings. So let us know how you felt about Wicked Part 2.
Please.
Wicked for Good. Sorry. I keep
For Good.
Girl, it's Wicked Part 2.
Girl, Part 2.
Just call it that.
For Good.
We hope you had so much fun with us in Oz, learning all about a clock tick.
The clock tick. Wait. But that's my bud. I didn't say a bud. My bud, which I guess in this is not how you're supposed to use it, but my bud was, as someone who read the book and stood by the book for so long because I wanted to be different and edgy. I love that because that's how they talk in the book. They are like,
all the
and a clock tick, and a clock, and they say even more ridiculous things, like the osmosify, like they make
all
up
that
words.
shit, yeah.
And I love that we said we're going back to the origin. Don't talk to me about the ancient text. I was there when it was written.
Girl, I'll be there in a clock tick.
I'll be there in a clock tick. Loved it.
And every time that someone said clock tick, I gave you a look like, girl.
And
if one more person says clock tick, Okay. Please remember to follow the pod, like the pod. Leave a glowing review of the pod. Thank you. We are at Let's Scream
on all socials.
And you can follow me at Parker_Will_C on Instagram.
And then where you can send that edited version. Like I said, Jesus_ is _ biscuit. Just to reiterate that.
The Instagram.
On Instagram.
And until next time, this has been
Let's Scream.
Bye.